You never expect a war to start over concrete. But one Wednesday morning, I stepped outside with my coffee, blinked twice, and saw a neon orange cone smack dab in the middle of my driveway. Not the street, not a sidewalk, but private property. And standing proudly beside it, Karen. Short hair, sunglasses at dawn, clipboard clutched like the Constitution. She didn't wave. She didn't smile. She pointed at the cone like she'd just summoned the Holy Grail. "This area's not compliant with HOA visual standards," she announced. "You'll need to remove that truck." The truck? My paid-off, polished, parked on my driveway Ford F-150. I laughed. I actually laughed. "You're joking, right?" She squinted. "Do I look like I joke?" That's when I knew. This wasn't about a truck. It was about control. And the worst part? She was just getting started. But here's the thing. You can only push someone so far. She thought I'd roll over. She had no idea I'd been taking notes, watching, listening. And when the time came, I had a plan. But let's rewind to where this all began. It started simple. I'd lived in this neighborhood 6 years, no issues. Quiet block. Solid neighbors. The kind of place where lawnmowers hum on Sundays and people wave at Amazon drivers. Then Karen moved in. House 3 doors down. Mid-April. Right off the bat. She introduced herself with laminated flyers. HOA bylaws everyone should review. Even though she wasn't on the board. Yet, she wore authority like perfume, strong, obvious, and impossible to ignore. The first week, she knocked to inform me that my trash bins had been on the curb 20 minutes too long. Week 2, she emailed the HOA board copying the entire neighborhood to suggest more uniform mailbox colors. Then came the truck. My pride and joy. I keep it spotless. Parked on the right side of my driveway, angled perfectly. 3 mornings in a row, I came out to sticky notes on the windshield. Violation of neighborhood aesthetic. Not approved parking. Please consider garage storage. Each one signed K, community concern. I ignored them. Thought she'd get bored. Instead, she escalated. A letter came next from the HOA. Official looking. Threat of a $75 fine. I called. The board was confused. Turns out she'd been submitting photos on behalf of the neighborhood. That was just the beginning. Next, she started flagging other neighbors too. Mike got cited for leaving his porch light on overnight. Sandra for planting sunflowers without design review. But I was her white whale. She called the city about my driveway dimensions. Claimed runoff violations. Code enforcement came out. Twice. One evening, I came home to find chalk lines drawn across my driveway. Literal measurements. Another morning, I caught her photographing the truck. I stepped out and said, "Need a better angle?" She didn't even flinch. Just documenting community violations. By now, neighbors were whispering, but no one spoke up. Karen was the type who CC'd lawyers just for sport. The final straw? She filed a noise complaint for the sound of me starting my truck. At 7:45 a.m. on a weekday, that's when I stopped reacting and started recording. See, I work in cybersecurity. I know a thing or two about gathering evidence. I installed discrete cams, logged every note, recorded every exchange. Even the time she said on camera, "Some people just don't belong in this neighborhood." I stayed polite, calm, deadly polite. But behind the scenes, I was building a case. A few neighbors, tired of the drama, started confiding in me. Turns out, Karen had been bending rules herself. She hadn't filed permits for her backyard pergola. Her side gate wasn't up to code. And her dog? Off-leash. Frequently. I compiled it all. Dates, times, photos, video. Then I requested to speak at the next HOA meeting. Karen didn't show. But I did, armed with a PowerPoint titled "Karen versus the Community, a Pattern of Harassment." The room was dead silent. I clicked slide after slide. Shared footage. Read her exact words. Showed her selectively editing photo timestamps. At the end, I looked straight at the board and said, "I've respected this community. I expect the same in return. This isn't about a truck. It's about power and abuse of it." The board voted to dismiss all citations. But it got better. Turns out Karen had been impersonating an HOA board member. That orange cone she placed? Unauthorized obstruction. 2 days later, she received her own violation letter for harassment, false reporting, and rule violations. The pergola came down. The gate got inspected. The dog? On a leash now. As for me, I added a custom sign on my driveway. Reads, "Private property, truck lives here. Rent-free." Neighbors loved it. One even offered to embroider it on a t-shirt. Karen walks past now with her head down. Sunglasses still on. Clipboard gone. Funny how silence can be louder than complaints. Look, I didn't want a feud. I just wanted peace. But if someone parks in my driveway with entitlement and threats, they better bring more than a cone. Because this homeowner came ready. Sometimes justice is a folder full of receipts and a well-timed HOA meeting. Other times, it's a 5,000-pound truck parked exactly where it belongs. So what would you have done if Karen came for your driveway? Comment below, and if you stuck around till the end, drop a justice served in the comments. Like this video if you love seeing karma pull into the driveway. Hit subscribe if you never want to miss another true neighborhood saga, because next time it might be about the mailbox paint wars. Until then, driveway is clear. And so is my conscience.